one of the things that you can always do is when you offer to help, that is more often more welcome than telling them what to do. So one of the things that I would encourage with strategic, because this is probably going to be a real gift to some of your staff members, fellow staff members, fellow maybe even Sunday school teachers, whatever, is going to them and offering to help. So one of the ways that I think you can do this is going to someone and going, hey, one of the things that I feel like I can really add value to our organization or department is really helping people think strategically or to help make plans for things. That's one of the things I do really well. What I like to do at that point is I then like to make a list of maybe 2 or 3 things that I don't do well that everybody will be able to acknowledge. So for me, it'd be like, I actually am terrible at strategic planning. So if I were going to someone, I'd be like, hey, let's talk about, how we can get people on the same page, how we can move people, because I have a lot of influencing themes. But I would then, on the flip side, just so that they're understanding that, hey, maybe you need help in some places, and maybe even what you say is, I'd love your help if you have any ways to improve, those things. But I would just list maybe 1 or 2 things that are sometimes a struggle for you, so that way they know it's not an arrogance thing, or it's not a thing that you're trying to take over their area. The other thing I would say is once you make that offer, it's up to them. And if they don't want to do it, then so be it. But most of the time what I've seen is they often say, okay, great, that would be great. And it usually doesn't come to anything for about a month or however long. But typically what happens is they come back to it in a few months and there's some kind of problem and they know they need a help. If you make yourself available, they often will find you. So with strategic, that's one of the great gifts that I think that you can give to your other staff members, other people in your office, is just simply going, hey, I would love to help you think through these things. And maybe even give them an idea of things that you think that they could, maybe it's even like a checklist. That might be an idea, is thinking like, because you're so strategic, you probably do it naturally. But others of us, we don't think so well strategically, but you may even give like a simple checklist and saying, hey, when you have an event, here's some things that you might want to think about. That way you get the conversation started and it can be something they can look at by themselves and then come back to it.